What if I told you that true strength isn't in force, but in peace? That the most powerful actions emerge not from frantic effort, but from stillness and focus? Imagine mastering yourself so completely that every movement, every decision, flows effortlessly, guided by clarity and awareness. Picture a life where adaptability turns obstacles into opportunities, composure transforms pressure into advantage, and silence teaches more than noise ever could. This is not theory. This is a path to unstoppable power, where inner peace fuels strength and calm fuels mastery. Are you ready to unlock the hidden forces within you? True strength begins not in the arms or the legs, not in the muscles we show to the world, but in the quiet sanctuary of the mind. Many believe that to be strong, one must push, struggle, and constantly test the limits of the body. But I tell you this, without inner peace, all outward demonstrations of power are brittle, fleeting, and easily broken. Peace is not weakness. It is the calm river beneath the raging waterfall, the still eye of the storm that sees everything clearly while the world whirls around it. It is the grounding force that allows a person to stand unshaken, even when the pressures of life seek to tear them apart. Consider the mind as a garden. If it is filled with worry, anger, or resentment, no matter how much you toil with the tools of skill or strength, nothing fruitful will grow. But when the mind is nurtured with calm, focus, and balance, it becomes fertile ground for clarity, resilience, and unshakable strength. This strength is not loud. It does not demand recognition. It moves quietly, deliberately, and efficiently. It allows the body to respond naturally to challenge without tension, without wasted energy. The one who cultivates inner peace can face adversity with a steady heart, not because they are invulnerable, but because they are anchored in something deeper than circumstance. Peace teaches patience, and patience gives power. A mind at ease does not rush to react. It observes, it calculates, it chooses the most effective course. Impulse driven by chaos may yield immediate action, but it is hollow, unreliable, and often destructive. Calm, by contrast, strengthens every decision, every motion, every interaction. It is the secret reservoir from which true capability flows, giving endurance to the body and clarity to the mind. In life as in combat, the outer display of strength is nothing without the foundation of inner harmony. The person who trains tirelessly but neglects the mind is like a sword without a hilt. It may gleam, it may strike, but it lacks control and purpose. When you cultivate peace, your movements are guided not by fear, not by aggression, but by understanding. You carry a quiet confidence, one that emanates without arrogance, one that commands respect naturally without seeking it. Strength born from peace is resilient. It does not tire easily. It does not crumble under pressure. It endures through challenges that would overwhelm those who rely solely on force. It is a strength that carries wisdom, that integrates mind, body, and spirit into a seamless whole. And when you realize this, you understand that true power is never external. It begins quietly within, in the depths of calm. And so, to be truly strong, cultivate peace. Let it take root and flourish, for from it all else follows. When the mind finds stillness, power awakens in ways the eye cannot see. Many mistake activity for achievement, motion for progress. Takeaway, and here is that when NOIMs put SE for EFFORT into STRENGTH2, IS new positions. But real power lies not in constant movement or in frantic effort. It is born in the quiet spaces where the mind is undisturbed, where thought is clear and observation is sharp. In stillness, one begins to understand the rhythm of life, the flow of energy, and the subtleties that escape those who rush blindly forward. It is in these moments of calm that insight emerges, creativity sparks, and true capability is revealed. Stillness is not laziness. It is the art of preparation, the act of listening to the world and to oneself. In the silence, the mind can measure, anticipate, and respond with precision. Consider the analogy of water. When it is agitated, it splashes and loses direction. When it is still, it mirrors everything clearly and can move with purpose when needed. Power, like water, flows most effectively when it is controlled, when it is aligned with understanding rather than scattered in forceful bursts. The body follows the mind. A restless mind produces restless motion, tension, and wasted energy. A still mind, by contrast, allows the body to act fluidly, efficiently, and with maximum effect. In stillness, one can conserve energy, observe weaknesses, and strike with decisive impact. This principle is not limited to physical action. It applies to every challenge, every encounter, every decision. A calm mind sees the path forward clearly, acts with confidence, and avoids the mistakes born of impulse. Stillness also teaches patience and restraint. The power that comes from rushing is fleeting, often destructive. The power born of stillness is enduring. It is a quiet force that does not need to shout to be felt. In this quiet, one gains the ability to adapt, to flow, to overcome obstacles not through brute strength, but through precise, deliberate action. Each movement, each decision, is informed by clarity, not chaos, and this makes all the difference between failure and mastery. To cultivate stillness is to cultivate control over oneself. It is to harness the energy within and direct it purposefully. It is in these moments, when the mind rests yet remains alert, that the most powerful responses are possible. Stillness sharpens perception, heightens awareness, and strengthens the connection between thought and action. Power is not always loud, forceful, or visible. The deepest, most enduring power comes from the stillness that resides within. Embrace it, and you will find your actions carry weight beyond the effort applied. And so, stillness is not emptiness. It is the wellspring of true power. Strength is not in resisting life's flow, but in learning to move with it. Too many people think power comes from confrontation, from forcing the world to bend to their will. But real strength is like water. It yields where necessary, it adapts to obstacles, and yet it has the ability to overcome the strongest barriers without unnecessary struggle. To resist everything rigidly is to tire yourself. To adapt is to conserve energy, to act with precision, and to achieve more with less. Flow is not submission. It is mastery of movement, both within and without. When you flow with life, you align with the natural rhythms around you. You notice patterns, anticipate challenges, and respond in ways that are both effective and effortless. A rigid mind becomes brittle. A flexible mind is resilient. The river does not fight the stones in its path. It moves around them, shaping itself, and eventually shaping the landscape itself. In the same way, one who flows with life preserves strength while navigating obstacles. Flexibility becomes a source of power, and adaptability ensures that challenges do not break you, but refine you. Flow also requires awareness. To move effectively with life, you must observe carefully, remain present, and understand the forces at play. Reacting blindly is not flow. It is chaos disguised as motion. True flow integrates perception and action. The mind and body are in harmony, moving as one with the currents of circumstance. When you learn this, you no longer exhaust yourself in pointless conflict. Instead, you act strategically, responding with speed, grace, and strength exactly where it is needed. Even in moments of resistance, flow does not vanish. The principle of adaptability allows you to find alternative paths, to turn challenges into opportunities, and to convert struggle into strength. Life will present obstacles, yes, but the one who flows sees possibilities rather than limitations. This is not passivity. It is intelligent engagement, the use of awareness and timing to achieve maximum effect with minimal wasted energy. Flow cultivates freedom. When you are rigid, You are trapped by circumstance, by expectations, by your own insistence on control. When you flow, you are free to respond, to create, and to move without friction. Strength grows because energy is not wasted. It is channeled, concentrated, and expressed when it matters most. To truly master strength, one must learn the art of flow. It is in yielding without losing oneself, in moving without forcing, and in embracing adaptability that the deepest power emerges. And so, learn to flow, and strength will follow you effortlessly. Control begins not in the world around you, but within yourself. Many search for mastery through domination of others, through skill or aggression, but without self-control, all external accomplishments are fragile. The mind governs the body, the emotions guide action, and without discipline in thought and feeling, even the strongest body can falter. True control is the ability to remain centered when chaos surrounds you, to act with clarity when pressure mounts, and to choose your responses rather than be chosen by circumstances. When you master yourself, you gain a foundation for everything else. Anger, fear, and distraction are forces that sap strength and cloud judgment. By observing your own mind without judgment and cultivating awareness, you begin to see how easily impulses can mislead and how much power lies in measured action. Control is not repression. It is understanding and directing energy wisely. It allows you to channel emotion into purpose, not waste it in reaction. The disciplined mind becomes a powerful instrument. In stillness, you see opportunities others overlook. In patience, you gain strategic advantage. In composure, you command respect and influence. External victories are temporary, but inner mastery endures. When you are controlled, nothing outside can shake you. You move through life with intention, not randomness, and your actions carry weight because they are born from understanding rather than impulse. Control also enhances adaptability. By knowing yourself, you understand how to respond effectively to shifting circumstances. You can bend without breaking, adjust without losing direction, and act decisively because your mind is clear. The body follows the mind. Tension dissipates, energy is conserved, and movements become precise and efficient. Control over oneself is control over every expression of strength, power, and skill. True control is freedom. When the mind is disciplined, it is no longer enslaved by fear, anger, or distraction. You act from awareness rather than reaction, and in that awareness lies the power to shape your destiny. Without control, even talent and training are wasted. With it, the simplest action becomes profound, and the quietest decision carries immense force. To cultivate mastery over the external world, start with mastery within. Align thought, emotion, and action. Learn patience, practice discipline, and observe the mind as it moves. This is the path to strength that endures beyond circumstance. And so, the foundation of power is self-control, for in mastering yourself, you master everything. Focus is the hidden force behind every act of true strength. Many expend energy recklessly, scattering themselves across distractions, arguments, and futile efforts, believing that motion alone creates results. But force without direction is wasted. A single, concentrated effort, guided by a clear mind, can achieve more than countless scattered attempts. The power of focus lies in its ability to turn intention into action, to make every movement, every decision, precise and effective. When you cultivate focus, you learn to eliminate what is unnecessary and concentrate on what truly matters. Life bombards us with noise, external pressures, opinions, and the endless chatter of the mind itself. But clarity comes when you intentionally direct attention toward your purpose. In that concentrated space, energy flows freely, actions become efficient, and progress accelerates. Focus transforms potential into reality because it refuses to let energy dissipate into chaos. Focus also requires discipline of the mind. To maintain concentration, one must resist impulse, ignore distractions, and return repeatedly to the task at hand. It is not always easy. The mind is restless by nature, seeking novelty and stimulation. Yet every time you reclaim attention from distraction, you strengthen your inner capacity for precision, endurance, and control. This is the difference between those who accomplish much and those who achieve little despite effort. Focus directs energy, while lack of focus diffuses it. When applied to the body, focus magnifies strength. Movements become deliberate, breathing becomes controlled, and energy is applied exactly where it is needed. A punch, a kick, or a subtle gesture becomes far more potent when guided by unwavering concentration. The same principle applies to every challenge in life: negotiations, decisions, creativity, and personal growth. Focus turns potential into power, and power into results. Moreover, focus allows the mind to perceive what others cannot. In stillness, in observation, and in attention to detail, the focused mind detects opportunity, weakness, and rhythm. It sees patterns invisible to the scattered mind. It acts decisively with clarity and precision, turning awareness into effective action. To master focus is to master energy. To master energy is to master results. Every effort, every skill, every action becomes sharper, stronger, and more enduring when the mind is fully present. And so, cultivate focus, for it is the bridge that transforms effort into true, meaningful strength. Silence is often mistaken for emptiness, but it is, in truth, one of the greatest teachers. In a world full of noise, distraction, and constant motion, few take the time to pause and truly listen, not just to others, but to themselves. In those quiet moments, the mind can reflect, analyze, and grow. Silence allows you to hear the subtle truths that chaos often drowns out. It is in stillness that understanding deepens, intuition sharpens, and insight emerges. The one who embraces silence learns more in an hour than many learn in a lifetime of haste. Silence cultivates observation. When the mind is quiet, it notices what others overlook: patterns, weaknesses, opportunities, and the nuances that make the difference between success and failure. It is the soil from which wisdom grows. To speak without thinking or to act without reflection is to squander energy and potential. The practice of silence trains patience, discipline, and awareness. It teaches you to wait, to watch, and to understand before acting. Through silence, the mind learns control. Thoughts settle, emotions balance, and clarity arises. The restless mind, clouded by constant noise, becomes sharp and focused when given the space to breathe. This is not avoidance, it is preparation. It is in silence that strategies are formed, reactions are measured, and decisions are made with precision rather than haste. Silence also strengthens presence. A person who is comfortable in stillness does not need to assert dominance through volume or action. Their presence alone communicates calm, authority, and confidence. Others are drawn to that energy, recognizing the depth that lies beneath quiet observation. In silence, one discovers a source of strength that is enduring and unshakable. Furthermore, silence fosters connection with oneself. It is the gateway to self-awareness and understanding. The more you listen to your inner voice, the more aligned your actions become with your purpose. Silence is not emptiness. It is engagement with the essential. It is where thought meets clarity, and where potential meets action. Those who ignore silence are constantly at the mercy of impulse, distraction, and superficiality. Those who embrace it find insight, wisdom, and power that flows naturally from understanding rather than force. Every movement, every choice, every reaction becomes more deliberate, more effective, more powerful. And so embrace silence, for within it lies the wisdom and strength that cannot be found in noise. True strength is not measured by how loudly you can assert yourself or how forcefully you can impose your will, but by your ability to remain composed in the face of pressure. Life is full of challenges that test patience, resilience, and character. It is easy to react with anger, fear, or frustration. But these are signs of weakness, not power. Composure allows you to navigate difficulties with clarity, to see the path forward when others are blinded by chaos, and to act with purpose rather than impulse. Maintaining composure requires practice and self-awareness. It demands that you observe your emotions without being controlled by them, that you recognize stress without succumbing to it, and that you choose action over reaction. The composed person does not merely endure challenges. They transform them into opportunities. By staying calm, the mind remains clear, the body responsive, and energy focused where it is most effective. Composure also inspires those around you. People are drawn to calm confidence, to strength that is quiet yet unmistakable. In tense situations, the person who remains grounded provides stability, perspective, and guidance. Their strength is not aggressive. It is influential, persuasive, and enduring. This is the essence of leadership, of true power. The ability to affect outcomes not through intimidation, but through presence, awareness, and control. Even in moments of intense difficulty, composure allows for better decision-making. When the mind is cluttered with panic or frustration, clarity disappears and mistakes multiply. But when the mind is calm, options become clear, solutions emerge, and the path forward is seen with precision. Composure transforms challenges from obstacles into lessons, from threats into tools for growth. Furthermore, composure strengthens resilience. Life will inevitably test you, but the one who maintains inner balance can endure and adapt without losing integrity or purpose. External circumstances may be unpredictable, but the inner equilibrium of a composed mind is steadfast. Strength grows not from the absence of adversity, but from the ability to remain unshaken within it. Composure is not a mask, it is a cultivated state of being. It requires patience, reflection, and the willingness to train the mind as rigorously as the body. It is the quiet power that underlies every effective action, every measured decision, and every lasting achievement. And so, remember that true strength is revealed through composure, for in mastering calm you master your power. Action without thought is wasted effort, but action that springs from stillness is precise, powerful, and effective. Many believe that speed and intensity alone create impact, but without a foundation of calm observation and inner clarity, even the most forceful effort can miss its mark. The mind that has paused, reflected, and understood is like a bow drawn steadily. When released, the arrow flies true. Stillness does not delay action, it prepares it, sharpens it, and ensures that when movement occurs, it carries maximum effect. Stillness allows the body and mind to synchronize. When the mind is restless, the body acts in haste, often inefficiently. But in stillness, every motion is deliberate, every response measured. You conserve energy, maintain balance, and strike with precision. This principle applies to every aspect of life: conversation, decisions, creativity, physical skill, and strategy. Action born from understanding is never wasted. It carries intent, purpose, and power. In stillness, perception sharpens. The quiet mind notices subtleties that the distracted mind misses. Opportunities, weaknesses, and the rhythm of events become visible. When the time to act comes, decisions are informed by awareness rather than impulse. This is the essence of efficiency, the ability to do more with less, to achieve results without unnecessary exertion, to move like water flowing around obstacles, yet ultimately shaping the course it follows. Stillness also instills confidence. The one who has observed, reflected, and prepared does not hesitate. Action flows naturally without panic or second guessing. Others may rush blindly, exhausting themselves in futile effort, but the person grounded in stillness acts decisively, with clarity and calm power. This is the difference between mere motion and mastery. Motion can be noisy, visible, but ineffective. Mastery is quiet, unseen, yet unstoppable. Furthermore, action born from stillness is adaptable. The mind that has paused can respond to change with flexibility, adjust to unexpected circumstances, and strike precisely where it matters. There is no wasted energy in reaction, no misdirected force, only purposeful, calculated motion that achieves maximum effect with minimal effort. To cultivate this ability, one must first embrace stillness in daily life. Practice patience, reflection, and observation. Train the mind to pause before acting, to breathe before responding, and to center yourself amid chaos. Through stillness, your actions gain depth, clarity, and power far beyond what raw effort alone can achieve. And so, remember that the greatest action springs from stillness. For in calm, the mind and body become instruments of true power.